I need you to learn while you're studying. I need you to work on Friday night or Saturday night and do work while you're studying. That's how you have to change mum and dad's mind. So do me a favor, when you have your own children, let them work and study at the same time, no? Deal? Because what happens is, you have a young guy who comes to me from McDonald's with no experience or no formal training. He starts work, you come to me with a bachelor's degree in hotel management, and he is your boss. Because he's worked there for 4 years and you haven't. And in Australia, we were seeing exactly the same thing. Universities were pumping out these incredible general managers, but no one to work. So what we did was, our vocational training was 400 hours a year had to go and find in a hotel or whatever industry. And it wasn't a placement, it was a job. I had to go and work. I got paid. It wasn't a stipend, it was actual pay, full facilities. And then when I came out, it was fantastic. I was working for Hilton. So I finished my degree and I got an assistant manager job straight away. If I'd not worked at the hotel, I would never. I'll be 3 years down the line. It's that sort of mindset that we need to change. So who would like to ask some questions? You can ask whatever you want about your field, about the hotel, about me. Please.
Good afternoon, sir. I would like to ask what different Marriott is doing in India to come at par with other big hotels.
You know what? We came in here, and we're a huge hotel company, but the background of Taj, ITC, and Oberoi is so strong. You know, it's fantastic. But I was telling Sir the other day, I had lunch with Mr. PRS Oberoi, and he said to me, why does everyone come to your hotel? I train them, and then they come to you. And I said, why? What do you mean? He said, well, I pay them 30% more, and then I make them stay for 3 months after they resign, otherwise they lose their gratuity. I said, sir, if I can be very candid with you, the fact that you're keeping them in prison to keep to work for you is probably why they don't want to work for you. And he looked at me and said, and I thought, okay. And he said, why are you so cheeky? And I said, because your name's Oberoi, not Marriott. The next day he offered me a job of BKC in Trident BKC in Mumbai. But our mission is to let people know that we're a Ferengi company, no doubt, okay? But our company presence in India is called MHIPL, Marriott Hotels India Private Limited. My boss, the Vice President of Marriott Hotels India Private Limited, is Rajiv Menon. He's a Delhi boy through and through. Was ITC graduate, studied in Delhi, was Delhi University, worked in Australia, met me, offered me a job, but so it's, the thing is, we are putting the Indian sensibilities to our business, but putting our learnings from the rest of the world to help India do what they need to do. So that's the only thing we've got. It's the only thing we've got. It's a good question, but tell me. Actually, I'll go up there. You guys pass this to each other, no? Who's seen Oprah? This is like Oprah.
Sir, does Marriott have a luxury brand image kind of a thing? And is it, being in India, is it still intact with that strategy of keeping that brand image of luxury in terms of hotel and everything?
You know, that's a fantastic question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's a great question because in India, there's no difference. It's 5-star or it's crap. That's what the customer thinks. Oh, Oberoi New Delhi or nothing. Or Taj Mahal Mansingh or nothing. If it's not 5-star super luxury, the perception is it's a very bad 4-star rats, right? So the big challenge has been, particularly for my hotel, how do we open a business hotel at that moderate tier? But you saw it. It's beautiful. But it's not the Ritz-Carlton, Oberoi New Delhi, Leela Kempinski Palace, Bangalore. It's offering all the luxury services but are at a moderate price. One of our competitors, Accor, who has Sofitel, Novotel, Ibis, they opened the Ibis at Gurgaon, and they opened it under a European model. No porters, no valet parking, okay? They failed miserably. In Delhi, when you get your hair cut, you get your car valet parked. Then how dare you charge me 9,000 rupees for a room and let me do my own thing? And candidly, when I came here for my interview for Gurgaon, I stayed at the Ibis, and I was very upset. Why aren't you taking my bags? What is going on here? Because I've been too Indianized after 5 years of getting pampered. So it's not just about changing the mindset. The corporate travelers know our brands. But it is the 1.5 billion people that live in this country who travel more than any corporates would that we need to change their mindset. ITC Moria is a very fabulous hotel. But guys, I have to tell you, it's so old. There's some stunning hotels in the city that charge half the price. But that reputation is preceding the mindset. If you think to yourself, first thing I think about ITC, great food. Dumpuk, Peshawari, kebabs and curries, I only think that, okay? And luckily for me, that my hotel, my first Marriott in India, was the Sheraton in Saket, okay? People still think that is a Marriott. It hasn't been a Marriott for 6 years. But people say to me, oh, I went to your Marriott at Saket last night. I said, yeah, you didn't drive past the big logo that said Sheraton? But luckily they have good food. So that's a great question. But it becomes more relevant now that we're opening all the different brand tiers. And when people see JW Marriott and how beautiful it is, and then Renaissance and how beautiful it is, and Ritz-Carlton and how beautiful it is, and then they see the Courtyard and it's a little bit smaller, still very clean and elegant, but clearly that's why you pay less money. And Taj are doing exactly the same thing. Taj has been all about super luxury, you know, that very Raj-esque type service, but now they're coming up with Vivanta and Residency. You know, so they are realizing that not everybody is 5-star. Some people are 4 and some people are 3. We all want to be 5-star, but there's a reason why we buy Pepe jeans today, and when we make money, Armani jeans. Because today we afford Pepe, and tomorrow we afford Armani. And that's Taj Vivanta, Taj, Courtyard, Marriott.
Okay.
That answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Pass it around.
So who do you think is your closest competitor and why?
If I talk about Marriott, it's clear in the world, the biggest competitor for us, we have 3, so there's 4 of us. Hilton, Hyatt, actually not even Hyatt anymore, Hilton, Starwood, Accor. So Hilton, you know, Hilton. Starwood is Westin, W, Sheraton, Accor, Pullman, Novotel, Sofitel, Ibis, and then Marriott. Then maybe Hyatt after that. In Gurgaon, my closest competitor is Trident. And that's not my competitive set. That's a stunning hotel. But Trident is the 4-star brand of Oberoi. It's just that they've gone a bit crazy on that design of that hotel. What else?
Are there any challenges faced by JW Marriott Hotel Group if it goes from Chandigarh to Hyderabad or Chennai, or from Chennai to...
Oh, of course. I mean,
Guwahati?
think about, we just opened Ahmedabad. No eggs, no beef, no liquor. So you travel with Marriott, you stay 600 nights every 2 years in our hotels. You go into Ahmedabad, you ask for an omelette, cannot. You ask for whiskey shot, cannot. The classic is you cannot have egg, peg, and leg at Ahmedabad. So how do you do that? And then Hyderabad, if I go to Hyderabad, you know, what is this Ganesh Chaturthi? I mean, what the hell, yeah? The whole lake is closed in front of the hotel. That is India, and that's the best thing about it. We need to celebrate those differences. You know, when people say to me, oh, Commonwealth Games, leaking, whatever, I'm like, yeah, fantastic, isn't it? And it'll still happen. Cobras. When do you get Cobras in Australia? They should be charged more for Cobras. So across the brands, and that goes for the associates too. So when you work with the people, because festivals change. You know, Ganesh is a huge festival in Hyderabad and in Bombay, but in Delhi it's nothing. Okay, Diwali is big in Hyderabad, but not as strong as it is in Bombay and Delhi. You know, and then it's just, and Ramazan obviously is humongous. Eid is one of the biggest festivals ever in Hyderabad. But in Bombay, Eid is kind of neither here nor there. So you've got to take into account what you do, and you've got to localize it to what works for your associates. And in Marriott, what we do, we have the 10 gazetted holidays by the Indian government every year, and we let our associates choose 5 festivals as well. They can choose whatever they want. First in, best served as a public holiday. Now, if they can't get the day off, we pay them double time for their festival day. What else? I've got a question for you. Who's the best cricketer in the world? Sachin? Kia ora, you all lose. What about Ponting, no? It's the finals tonight, I think, no? He won? Chennai won? Brad, that is the genius. That is like Sonny Gavaskar, no? You can't. I have to tell you, I was in Hyderabad the first IPL season, and I was walking through the lobby, and I saw Sonny Gavaskar, Viv Richards, Alan Border. They were all there for the launch of IPL, and I said to, I rang my dad. I'm like, oh my God, it's like cricket museum in my lobby, which was fine. So that afternoon, I went home and I was telling my daughters, because I wanted 11 sons. I wanted to have 11 boys. I was making my own cricket team, and we were going to win World Cup on our own, right? But I had 2 girls, so I have to teach them how to bat and bowl so we can play. So I was on the roof of our house. We had this lovely apartment in Hyderabad with one, you know, there's very Hyderabadi, they've got the flat roofs and all the houses joined together so you can walk like 16 different people's homes, and so everybody's very friendly like this. So there's this guy playing with his kids next door. And they were older, and he was playing cricket as well on the roof. And I said to him, he said, oh, you like cricket? Where are you from? I said, Australia. Oh, yeah, I've been to Australia many times. I said, do you like cricket? Yeah, I love cricket. I mean, stupid question to ask an Indian man, but yes. And I said, do you play? Yes, I play. I said, oh, you know, did you play much? He said, oh, I did pretty well. Okay, it was Muhammad Azharuddin. He played pretty well. He was the captain of your country. And I just played cricket with Muhammad Azharuddin with a tennis ball on the roof of the house. Another question? Let's hear from one of the finance boys and girls. Because all this that I'm talking about is, spend money. What about house profit? Associates around the world, we have in my hotel 326. I'm sorry, can you just see if that mic is? I don't think that's on. That's it. Okay.
Yeah. So you are saying that the methods that you are following to retain them.
Yeah.
Don't you find it pretty difficult to manage 350 people? Every month, basically, you have to interact with them and understand them every month, or maybe like that. So don't you find it difficult? It's very difficult,
but it's less difficult than recruitment. The most difficult thing in a hotel is the 3-month lag time in any business. The 3-month lag time it takes from somebody resigning to having somebody fully staffed and ready to work. Because it's not just the cost. The cost is there, but it is the wasted time of interviewing, the wasted time of advertising, finding person, training them, loss of productivity, loss of morale in the team, customer service attrition. So I think that there's no other, for me, and I can only speak for me, and I can speak for my managers, because if you work for me as a manager, this is your philosophy, or you don't need to work for me. It's simple as that. And I'll be very candid. I'm all about looking after the people, but you have to work. I pay good money, and I give great benefits, but if you're not working, please leave. Because there is millions of people lining up for the next job. So, in answer to your question, it is super hard, boss. But I work I'm there at 7 a.m. every morning, and I leave at 9 o'clock every night. And I have Sundays off. I spend Sundays daddy stay-at-home day with my girl.